Welcome, everybody, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. This is a crazy day. Look, normally I talk about, I wrote a whole intro. I went to the farmer's market. I talked to Jimmy the pumpkin guy. I went to the nursery guy. I saw 15 different types of tomato starts. I talked to Cassidy Ranch. They have strawberries and they sold out. Look, forget that intro. There is a sloth in the podcast studio today, and he's going crazy. And so we're going to whip right into it so the sloth doesn't destroy stuff and attack us. So I know every week I say I have a very special guest, but this week I mean it. This week I actually mean it. This is the first time that I've ever had a special guest like this, and that is Paula Johnson with Safari West Wildlife Foundation. Paula, how are you doing today?
Hi, Tim. I'm doing great. Hello, everybody.
It's so good to see you.
Oh, I am so excited to be here today. Thank you.
We also have, to Paula's right, we have Jolynn Andrews. Jolynn, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Okay, and then also we've got Bonnie Cromwell. Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm just trying to have your studio not get destroyed by Slothzilla.
Bonnie's with Bonnie and Jolynn. You're both with a group called Classroom Safari, and we'll talk about how you work with the foundation. And you are currently is someone that resembles actually my teenage son when he lies on the couch without his shirt and feeds himself chips off his stomach. This is just the same thing. It's a sloth named Dash.
Dash. I'm so glad you weren't referring to me. I have never looked like somebody's teenage son before.
So what? Okay, Dash. Let's just quickly go. What is Dash? Because he or she is a sloth.
He is a sloth.
And
yes.
where are the sloths from?
Central and South America.
Okay. And you're just feeding him cranberries, craisins?
He's eating craisins.
Those are the best.
They are the best.
People love craisins. Well, let me jump into this then right now into the podcast. First time we've had a crazy animal here. I love this. You brought some more animals. This is like a Jack Hanna kind of thing or something. Paula,
It's a Safari West thing
it's a
or
Safari
something.
West thing.
Yeah.
So Paula, tell me about Safari West Foundation. What is it?
Yes, so Foundation is the nonprofit arm of Safari West.
Okay.
So the Foundation is nonprofit. Safari West is for-profit. And the foundation's been around since 1989, just celebrated 25th anniversary last year, along with Safari West's 30th anniversary last year.
Okay.
And we work very hard to fundraise for 3 very important youth programs that we currently have. And the most important, near and dear to my heart, is not the most important, but I guess maybe I have a favorite. I probably shouldn't say that, but Safari West Live is our live interactive program for children in hospitals.
Got it. Okay.
And it's so important. We're in hospitals across the United States. And what some people don't really realize is that a lot of children live in hospitals. Some of them have lived in hospitals almost their entire lives. They actually have their own bedrooms that are built out for them in hospitals.
Okay.
And so what our program does is it offers something that's very unique and fun for them to interact with.
Got it. Okay.
They really look forward to it. And they have their favorite animals at Safari West, a giraffe or Otto, our baby rhino. And so we... Hello, buddy.
For everyone,
He's like, I want that
for
mic.
everyone not watching this on YouTube, we have a boom mic that hangs over, and he's trying to grab it because my guess is that sloths hang from trees.
He
right?
wants to touch everything.
Oh yeah, he's like a 3-year-old or baby,
a toddler.
18-month-old. Yeah,
He is very much like a toddler.
He's a maniac. So Paula, you guys connect.
But we have we also have 2 other programs. Just quickly,
Let's
we
hear about
have a Discover Africa program, which is an immersive program for children in inner city areas that can come to Safari West.
Okay.
And then we also have our Junior Keeper program, which is a teen program.
Got it.
For teens 12 through 16 that come in on the weekends.
And that's all through it's all through the foundation.
All through the foundation,
the nonprofit
yes.
arm of what you do.
Correct. And then we also, so all these programs are very connected to Safari West as well.
Got you.
So we use, we have our own foundation employees, but they also work at Safari West.
Got it. So, and the foundation, again, you said it's a nonprofit, so people can donate to that, I'm assuming.
Yes, absolutely.
And kind of support. What I do love about that program for for kids who are in hospitals is that it really connects them to something they can't get to.
Right.
And I remember you guys were bringing giraffes, like live casts of giraffes and fun stuff like that to kids. Because normally at Safari West, just if we could speak about that, people can go there and get on these cool Jeep things.
Right.
And take these, and they can see the
double-decker.
Double-decker. Mm-hmm. They can see giraffes. They can see the rhinoceri.
Right. For people that haven't been to Safari West, it's a 400-acre preserve.
Okay.
And half of that is forever wild.
Okay.
So it's protected space. But there's also 30 tent cabins where they can spend the night. And they're made from Botswana canvas, which is really amazing.
Okay.
And the wood was milled there. And it's all about conservation for us. Okay. Conservation for our own environment, but also conservation for the animals that are there. We have quite a few that are extinct in the wild, and some that unfortunately are going on to the red list. So we work very, very hard to teach about conservation, to spark an interest about conservation and animal wildlife conservation, how important it is for our future, but also for future generations. And through our programs, we've actually had quite a few that have graduated through Junior Keeper program that have gone on to become in their master's programs at different universities in the world. Actually, we have one right now that actually is in Australia, which is super exciting for us.
Great.
And we have also they've moved on to become professional conservationists.
Okay.
And in their field, veterinary fields. So it's really cool.
I'm sorry, I just had to snap a photo while you're talking.
Just taking pictures of us.
No, because there's like a sloth leaning over there. So with that, let's introduce why is there a sloth in the studio, Paula?
Well, Classroom Safari is our partners because Safari West is accredited, and because really our main focus is conservation. We actually cannot bring our animals out with us.
And how big is our rhinoceros? It's pretty big, isn't it?
Oh, big. Tons,
I mean, it wouldn't fit in a little
tonnage.
crate over there.
No.
Right.
No, it would not fit through the door.
And a giraffe you couldn't fit into your Subaru, right?
No, wouldn't fit. However,
tried. I keep saying
I've seen pictures of them being transported on the freeway though, with the giraffe cart and their heads sticking out. So yeah, it does happen.
That's fantastic.
But Bonnie and her team do bring animals to our events. We have a conservation event tonight every Friday night. We have conservation talks, and so they're going to be at our conservation event later on today starting at 6:30, and it's a dinner. It's pretty cool. And then we also invite them to come to our foundation fundraisers. So our foundation fundraiser this year is Saturday, September 7th.
Okay.
And it's called An Evening on the Serengeti.
Okay.
And it's an evening event with dinner and hosted cocktails and wine and appetizers. It's a lot of fun. And it's our main fundraiser for the foundation. It's every year. Okay. So we're super excited to have them join us. So they probably want to talk a little bit
so
about
tell me,
they're Mr. Sloth here.
And can we talk, Jolyn and Bonnie, what is Classroom Safari? You're the partners with them. You probably go to other places as well.
We do.
Yeah.
How did you guys end up in a podcast studio with a sloth? Like what bad choices did you make in life that you're here with me?
Safari West called and asked us. We try to do everything that they would like us to help them with. It's just a fun partnership.
Okay. And you bring these animals out. What kind of animals do you have, and how do people react to them?
Most of the time, unless we're bringing out a big snake, most of the time it's a positive experience.
Okay.
The snakes, they often run screaming.
They do, but
not screaming.
Well, there are those ones.
But you don't have venomous snakes, do you?
No.
Well, we rescue rattlesnakes, so we
really?
do. Yeah.
You know that? So do you know that rattlesnake guy that goes around the truck, or is that you? There's this truck
No,
full of rattlesnakes.
that's probably, if it's local, it's probably Owl Wolf.
Yeah, and I've been behind that guy in traffic, and I'm like, please nobody bump into that car, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, I don't want to rear end him. All right, so you guys have a sloth. Right now we have Dash. And Dash is from South America, you said?
Yes, Central and South America. He was actually born in my living room. We got his mother and his sister from a rescue in French Guiana.
Okay.
And not realizing that his mom was pregnant. And then on my birthday, we had an extra sloth.
Can I ask you something? Was it a fast labor or was it a slow labor?
Very slow.
That's a sloth.
No, actually, it is pretty fast.
Really?
The females start like looking around, then all of a sudden, this little jet-propelled baby goes shooting out. They have like a bungee cord attached.
Oh my God.
And then the mom just reels them back up and puts them on her
That's
tummy.
the fastest they've ever been, is the
That's-
day they're
yeah.
born. And what do they eat when they're not eating cranberries? What's their,
So he does not get fruit very often.
okay, good.
So mostly he's getting butternut squash, spaghetti squash, sweet potato. He had a couple of fava beans.
Oh, great. Some local stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
some favas.
Carrots.
Yeah.
Carrots
Okay,
as well.
good.
Carrots.
Okay.
He's kind of picky.
Okay.
He gets that from me. I'm kind of
Oh,
picky.
she's very picky.
Oh, really? So you only eat
You're
cranberries
kinda
and
picky,
fava
She's
beans.
pickier.
So you
I eat things you don't eat.
and
Yeah, I
for those who
know.
are not on the YouTube, a sloth is brown, bristly hair. Looks kind of like a wire-haired terrier
know.
with the kind of coloring, but
Yeah.
it has these enormous fingernails or
Yeah,
claws or whatever you call
claws.
those. Okay, and they I guess they're
Two of them.
two-toed sloth here.
Yeah.
But
But check this out. Those of you who are not
yeah.
watching,
He's like,
he has
Cool.
3 toes. All
toes.
sloths have 3 toes.
really?
2-toed sloths have 3 toes.
Oh,
It's their fingers that make a difference.
I did not know that. Okay, so three-toed sloth,
two-fingered.
and he's currently climbing up Jolynn right now. He was going for your necklace. Like, you're a brave woman to wear
Always.
dangling earrings.
He
around an animal.
always grabs my jewelry.
Really?
All
Look
the
at
time.
him. Okay, he seems very. And do they like hang back off
Yeah.
trees? Is their thing? Okay.
Yep. Mostly they look at everything upside down. If
Okay.
you try to make them look at things right side up, they try to fight you with every bit of their
Okay.
moral fiber to
To right themselves.
write themselves upside down.
And when you bring these guys out for events, how are people's reaction to the sloth? Are they excited about
It,
him?
it's scary because sloths have a horrible bite.
Oh,
They don't do much with their claws.
why
but they
are
have a
you
horrible
telling me that now? Paul is over there. Like,
Because you're way over there.
You're too far away.
Paul is expendable.
sorry, Paul.
No, she's not.
Like that.
So they
She
do
is
have,
not
so they
expendable.
bite, huh? They have a strong
They
bite.
do.
And let me see if I can get him to just look like this and open his mouth so you
He's
can
got
see
huge
those
teeth, actually.
triangular.
Yeah. Are they like related to raccoons or something?
No,
Or
they are
what's their
related to anteaters and armadillos.
Oh.
Go figure. It's like
Okay.
the junk drawer of animals.
It's like the weird offshoot of the evolutionary tree.
All the random parts that
Really?
didn't go somewhere else, just throw them
And
all together.
how much do they normally eat? Are they big feeders or?
He eats twice a day. He has leaf eater biscuits in the morning,
Okay.
and he can eat from 4 to 9 of them, and they're about that big.
Okay. They're called leaf eater biscuits.
Leaf eater biscuits.
Because he doesn't like actual leaves.
Oh, so
He's
do you-
a funny
Is that,
sloth.
is that
He does
something you
not
buy,
like-
or do you make leaf?
You
eat-
can
buy
buy.
leaf eater biscuits.
You can buy almost any
buy
diet.
rhino
zoo diets.
chow.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Paula, is that what you guys do over there at Safari West? You open the rhino chow purina
That's
mix,
lots of feed. But I haven't seen that yet, but I don't know.
and that's okay.
I
So
don't think so. They have. I've seen the hay.
Hay and
Lots
they
of
give
Really?
him browse, I think,
Lots
too.
of hay and lots of interaction, different types of. It's a varied diet.
right. So Paul, let me ask you: when you guys are doing things off-site, then we call in this group here Classroom Safari. They bring their animals. Do they also bring them up to Safari West sometimes, or is it? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
absolutely. Yes,
Okay.
like tonight, for instance, at the conservation talk, and then at the fundraiser.
Okay.
So at the fundraiser that we're having, we're going to have. It's actually going to be really fun this year. We have
It's always
a
really fun.
pre-tour. Yes, I know.
As opposed
but
to last
okay.
time, which was stupid. No.
No, actually, last time was amazing because it was the anniversary and there was tons of people there.
Oh, that's great.
But this year we're going to have a pre-tour, which is really fun, and you get to get in a vehicle and go see the giraffes and the rhinos.
Okay.
And so the pre-tour is limited seats, though, and it is included in the ticket price.
Got
So
it.
if you order your tickets earlier,
You can
you
get
get
on
to
that.
go on the pre-tour.
Okay.
But once they're sold, they're sold. So
Okay.
it's really good to get on there right now. And our website is safaриwestwildlifefoundation.org.
Got it. Okay.
And the tickets and sponsorships for the event are open right now.
Okay. Okay.
And so it's an amazing event. And then we have a reception, and Classroom Safari will be there.
Okay.
And I'm not exactly sure what you're going to be bringing this year.
Oh, it's gonna be a
but
surprise,
gonna
but it'll be
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Venomous snakes.
Yeah,
Rattlesnakes.
and then we have a dinner.
No rattlesnakes.
We have a silent auction during
Okay.
the reception, which is always lots of fun and lots of goodies.
Right.
And then we go in for dinner into the elephant room and patio, which is this amazing indoor indoor-outdoor venue at Safari West.
Okay.
And Chef Rob is going to prepare an amazing dinner for everyone. And then we're going to have a really super fun live auction. Our Master of Ceremonies this year, for the first time ever, is comedian Steve Bruner.
Oh, okay.
And he's a Santa Rosan. Went to Montgomery High School.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, lived in LA for a while, but he's been on several different comedy shows, and he's clean comedy.
Okay.
So it's going to be really fun. I'm sure he's going to come up with a lot of really fun
Riff off some animal stories.
jokes and stories. Yeah. And then we have Brent Ferris is going to be our auctioneer.
Okay, from KZST, or formerly of KZST, a big radio station here.
Yeah, so we're super excited about Brent joining us again.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's also an intimate experience as well. We only have 100 seats.
Okay.
So it's very different from going to other fundraisers like some of the really large fundraisers that Sonoma County has.
Right.
It's much more intimate, and Peter and Nancy Lang will be there, the founders, and so you get to meet with them and talk to them.
Well, it's probably, just real quick, it's probably a lot different than, you guys have all been to fundraisers up here in the wine country, right? It's always like, oh, you win a winemaker dinner, and you're like, oh, great, another winemaker dinner, right? Because you know everybody, but you guys have animals.
Yes.
And you have something completely different.
That's right.
And that is phenomenal. Winemaker dinners are nice, don't get me wrong. But you can't feed a winemaker cranberries and they get all happy and pet your hair and stuff like that. I mean, they might, but yeah, this is crazy.
They might.
Yeah.
Paul, when you travel, like when you guys go to with this group, with Classroom Safari, and you're talking Safari West Foundation, does that help you sell the message of, we need to do some conservation?
I think so, because the animals that we have, perhaps like the sloth, right? This is an animal, you can see how slow it moves. So, I mean, we've probably seen YouTube videos of sloths, in Brazil, and they're on the freeway and people are trying to rescue them. And, it's a challenge, because every animal is losing their habitat right now, including the sloth.
And that's really what it's about, right? It's not,
Right.
I mean, cars
It's
hitting
about
a sloth is one
conservation.
thing, but really it's about losing all their homes.
That's correct.
And then the
Safari West
biodiversity.
has primarily African animals.
Okay.
However, we have 35 bird species from all over the world on the walk-through aviary, which is amazing.
Right.
They are amazing.
And
I like that
so
aviary.
there's animals from Asia and that are, you really don't see, they're very rare. We have some very rare, and mammals too. Some of our antelope are endangered in the wild. They come from the Sahara.
Okay.
So everywhere is losing habitat, unfortunately, not just the rainforest, but in the Saharas as well.
Right, that makes sense, and doing that conservation. And again, it's great to have Jolene and Bonnie here, but the fact that they can bring an animal and kind of like hammer it home that this matters.
Right.
And I wonder if you went to Brazil or Costa Rica and you took out like one of our, like a raccoon, would they be like, oh my gosh, a raccoon, that's so amazing?
No, they have plenty of
they have raccoons? Okay, I don't know what animal they don't have that we have, but something that would make them...
Maybe a wolf.
Maybe a
Oh, yeah.
wolf.
Maybe.
A wolf.
There are wolves in Northern California. Did you guys hear that? There's some
Yes.
that came in, so that's interesting to see that reintroduction.
They're returning.
And that's a good example too of an animal that was not here, that was introduced, that now is here, that is helping the ecosystem.
Right, apps coming back. Although we were talking earlier, another podcast guest, about there used to be grizzly bears in Northern California.
Right.
And how terrifying grizzly bears are because they're massive and huge and stuff. But said, well, would we heal the entire ecosystem if grizzly bears were supported back in
Yes,
Northern
if the
California?
people moved out.
We'd have to move out because they're massive, right?
I'm pretty
Uh-huh.
sure that my
Ecosystem.
house used to be in grizzly bear territory because it's pretty close to the Laguna in
Oh,
Santa
right.
Rosa, and I understand that that's where all the animals would
They
congregate.
go hang out, especially in the winter, get some salmon.
Right,
Yeah.
and so I'm pretty sure that I'm living on their past territory.
Okay, well, you better watch out.
unfortunately.
They're coming back, Paula.
Right.
All right, so going back to Classroom Safari, how did you guys get into this business? What did you do?
I started when I was 5 rescuing worms on the sidewalk.
Good for you. Where did you
I'm
grow up?
still rescuing worms on the sidewalk, and I'm a couple of years older than 5 now.
Bonnie, are you from Northern California? Or are you from?
Petaluma.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been living in Petaluma since before my mother was born.
Okay, fair enough. Wow. You are from Petaluma, several generations deep then, huh?
Yes.
All right, and then what about you, Jolene?
Similar, I collected roly-polies
Okay,
and
good.
earthworms
Oh, yeah.
and snails
Okay.
when I was 5 or so.
Right.
And yeah, I grew up in Petaluma as well.
Oh, you're both Petalumans.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Did you guys know each other growing up? Or?
No.
Okay.
Well, I met her when she was little.
Yeah,
When
maybe,
she had a
maybe
pocket
8.
full of roly-polies?
No, someone showed my brother-in-law taught me how to catch snakes when I was about 7.
Okay.
And then I was fascinated with them and how do I keep them?
Right.
And Bonnie worked at a pet store.
Oh, okay.
So there wasn't a lot of info as
Right.
far as keeping snakes or any kind of reptiles or amphibians.
Right.
And so I would visit the pet store that she worked at and ask questions like, what do I do? I've got a garter snake. What do I do with it now?
Yeah, goldfish.
You know, or a newt or something
Yeah.
like that. You know?
Okay.
And so Bonnie had experience with that. So
Is there a place where you can go to school to learn how to handle a sloth, or how do you do this?
There is a college in Southern California called Moore Park College.
Okay.
And they do wild animal training, but I think most zoos would rather have somebody that has common sense and a little bit of practical training.
Right. That
Moore
sounds
Park is a good place, but
better to get some experience and have a little bit of fear, a lot of respect.
yeah.
And know what you're doing there. And that's what. So how many animals does Classroom Safari have in its menagerie? Whoa.
More than 2, and I was counting by tens.
So you've got lots of animals. You have
We do.
reptiles.
I have lots of reptiles. I have
Okay.
insects and spiders. We have fennec foxes, a porcupine named Pierce.
Okay. Good
and-
name.
Good name. Hedgehogs,
Do they all
Red
live
foxes.
a lemur, red
with
foxes.
you? Where do they live?
So the animals that we have that don't need heat, they live on our outside facility,
Okay.
just outside of Petaluma.
Okay.
The animals that need specialized care, like the sloths, 85 degrees, 80%
A
humidity.
tropical animal there. Okay.
They have to live where we have somebody, monitoring the habitat all
That
the
makes
time.
sense. That makes sense because they obviously wouldn't fare well in the winter if it,
A cold
something-
sloth is not a happy sloth.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
or even the alligator.
Yeah, the alligator.
You didn't mention an alligator.
You didn't
There's an
ask.
There's an alligator in Petaluma?
Yeah.
Well, in the car.
And there's one in Santa Rosa right now.
There's one in the car?
Yeah.
All right, well, don't
Or,
put
not Santa Rosa.
Sonoma. Don't put it in the Sonoma Creek, please.
No. We love
Like
our
a real, like an
alligator.
American alligator?
Yeah.
Like the real thing that gets big.
Yeah.
That lives in the Offakanufaki swamp over there with Pogo and everybody. A big alligator.
Well, ours isn't big yet.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do you guys, what do you feed an alligator? Chicken?
We just went to a
Chicken,
preschool
mice.
earlier today, but we do not feed children to our alligator.
Are you sure?
Oh my god.
Kids are full of sugar and preservatives,
Yeah,
and we
you know.
don't know where they've been.
All right, you've got the pattern down. Well
Yeah.
done. I love that.
No, we buy big bags of frozen
Okay.
mice and
Okay, put them in there. Yeah,
And-
we've got a Pac-Man frog at home. And
Oh, yeah,
and
those
we
are
have,
nice.
We have to get those little mice, and then we have to re-warm them up. And my daughter's like, "Don't drink that water. There's a mouse defrosting in it." And I'm like, "This is so disgusting."
We did the same thing.
Yeah. So we got the Pac-Man frog, and then the lizard that eats crickets, and he's big, a bearded
Oh,
dragon.
you still have the bearded dragon, huh?
Yes, he's still
Getting
bearded. Yeah. Yes, he's getting very large.
yeah, they get huge.
My niece has a bearded dragon. now.
They need to put that.
Drape.
Yes.
Draping across.
And they live a long time. And it's clearly like this is what the parents do when the kids go off to school. Right? Like, bye, Mom, bye, Dad. Remember to feed, Resin, the bearded dragon. And I'm like, this is now going to become our animal, right? This is what happens when the kids leave. So, and what a blessing that is, Bonnie. I'm not complaining at all. But
I could tell.
where's your car? Is the window open? I can give you another beardy. So, Paul, let's quick back to Safari West and the Foundation.
Yes.
People donate. They help you guys. They help your
Yes.
mission. I love that you use Classroom Safari to
Yes.
get the message out there.
Yes.
Are there other partners out here that you guys are working with to either educational or to help you guys?
Oh,
do this?
absolutely. So we as far as the conservation goes, we just celebrated Earth Day at Safari West a couple of weeks
right.
ago, and that was an amazing day. And Classroom Safari was there as well.
Oh, good.
And actually, you guys are right next to me.
Okay, right there.
And there's 40 conservation groups.
Okay.
Everything you could possibly imagine was there. I mean,
really?
sharks, primates.
Okay.
Foxes,
Bats.
like
Foxes,
urban
bats.
foxes.
Okay.
Yeah. Bluebirds.
Oh.
Great horned owl.
Oh.
There was
Other-
a hawk.
other
Alive.
falcons
Alive.
and-
Yeah. So
Oh,
then
the
there's.
hawk people are there. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Reptiles.
Yeah.
I mean, there was
So
a
all
lot.
these
So
groups,
it's
you find
pretty
them,
amazing.
and they're here in Northern California.
Well,
You find them.
Marie at Safari West is our conservation person,
Okay.
and she works with all the conservation groups,
Okay.
and so she does host a Friday night conservation talk.
Oh, right. Okay.
And these groups come in and they talk about what they're doing, and so
Marie
it's
is
pretty
awesome.
cool.
And I don't, because I know the tours. I don't need to buy a tour ticket to go to that talk, do I? Is it
It's a dinner, so
It's
you
a
do
dinner.
need to buy
a ticket? But
yes,
not. But I don't need to buy like
dinner.
a
dinner.
a dinner. Okay. So because I know people often think Safari West is just your tours,
Right.
But you're saying there's a lot more of other things. to
Oh,
get there.
absolutely. You can spend the night. I mean, it's amazing. You hear all the animal sounds at night, and it's like you are in the safari.
Do sloths
Very
make
cool.
sounds?
It's interesting. Female sloths will advertise their availability
Okay, gotcha.
by screaming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just guys just
they come running. They come slowly running.
Yeah.
I hear the screams of the sloth.
and sometimes they climb all the way up to the top of a tree and it's the wrong tree.
Oh.
Yeah. But I have a friend who works at a rescue in Costa Rica, and she said they do all kinds of rescue, but somebody will bring her a little brown cardboard box, and she'll take the box and she'll say, "Oh, it's a little male sloth."
Oh.
And the people will go, "How do you know? I just handed you a box. How do you know not only that it's a sloth and that it's a male?"
How?
Because from inside the box will be this little
Is that the
And-
sound they make?
yeah, boy sloths are whiny. and and so if it was a girl sloth there would be no noise, but
But boy sloths whine, and girl sloths, when they're amorous, they yell. Okay.
they scream.
They scream.
yeah. I will
Gotcha.
show you a video of him when I weighed him.
Right.
And he's sitting in a bucket on a scale. He's
Oh.
going, sticks his tongue out,
Oh.
and
He's so and he's so relaxed now. He's just sort of like chilling right
that's
there.
because he hasn't been able to destroy
Would
anything.
he
so-
climb like the walls and stuff if we let him?
No, he'd just hear and he'd find a
hang
way
up
to get
there.
up
Yeah.
there.
Hang up there.
So he likes to hang
Yeah.
on things.
He'd
Okay.
unplug stuff.
Well, let me. I noticed you had another. Is now a good time to bring up the other animal that's in the
sure.
room?
Do we want to pop him back in the carrier?
Yeah, is that a
Let
good
me get
idea?
out one, and then you can put
That
him
way, there's
away.
not too much madness going on at the
Yeah,
same
sure,
time.
of course. In the meantime, I could talk about our summer fun and eat
Tell me about it.
program.
Tell me
Yeah,
about
absolutely. So we have a really cool opportunity for people to go onto our website and fill out a form for a chance to win a private tour for 10 people at Safari West. Yeah. So the really cool thing is that it's private, it's 10 people. So 10 of everybody that wants to be your best friend can
Right,
come.
right.
And we're doing this because really to get the word out about the foundation. Some
Okay.
people do know about Safari West, but we would, I would encourage, if you haven't had the opportunity to come and visit, to please do. But
Okay.
this gives an opportunity for everybody in our community a chance to win this, and
Okay.
for everyone in our community come and enjoy.
And that's what
So-
days? Oh, it's 3 months long.
Right, it's 3 months long, and we have 1 month for each one of our youth programs.
Okay.
So this past month was our Junior Keeper program, and it was really successful. We raised enough funds for all of our program needs through November. So
great.
we're super excited about that.
Okay.
And then this next month that we have coming up is for Safari West Live.
Okay.
And a donation is not needed for a chance to win.
Okay.
But of course, the opportunity is there, and we certainly appreciate it. And then right before the school season starts is Discover Africa.
Oh.
In July, and then we're going to pick a winner in August.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to get the word out.
And so they can, to do that, do they have to go to Safari West to sign up? Or
They go to the foundation,
The foundation
website,
website,
which
okay.
is safariwestwildlifefoundation.org.
Okay.
Or they could go to safariwest.com, and there's a link there as well to
click
get
over
to
to
the
it.
foundation.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. So
Yeah.
May, June, and July, the Fund Need.
Fund a Need.
And you can
Yep.
you can win some big stuff there. And
Yep.
then while you did that, the quick change artist put the sloth
The
away,
hedgehog.
and they brought out, what do we have here? So first of all, Jolene, what is that?
We have a hedgehog.
And he's
She's
a little.
an African hedgehog.
Oh wow, she's cute.
Isn't she cute?
Don't hedgehogs have like spikes on their backs?
She's very spiky.
And does it hurt?
It's uncomfortable.
Okay, but they're not like a porcupine where they
She
break
doesn't
off.
have barbs.
Okay.
So yes, she doesn't have barbs, so they're not going to stick into your hand and stay there.
Got it.
And right now she has her quills laying down because
that-
she's used to being handled.
Oh, okay,
If she
okay.
was scared, her quills would be sticking out. She would be rolled up into a little ball.
Okay.
And it would be very
Very-
uncomfortable.
And it's called an African hedgehog. So I'm assuming through the name they live in Africa.
Yes.
Okay. And don't they also live in Europe, or am I?
That's a whole different hedgehog.
It
but
is.
Yes.
Okay. But they're not in North
European.
America. We don't
No.
have hedgehogs. Okay. And are they marsupials, or are they?
No, they're an insectivore.
Okay. Huh. Look at that. And they just sort of go around and do stuff and.
Yeah, they're nocturnal. They come out at night.
Okay.
They run around, look for bugs.
And they live underground. They dig burrows or something like that.
So
They really dig.
they don't really
Yeah.
dig. They
Okay.
might use another animal's burrow
Okay.
if it's available.
Okay.
But they'll like find a tangle of roots or
Okay.
a pile of leaves or a
Okay.
porch and go underneath if they're in an urban.
You might find a
Setting.
hedgehog under your porch.
Only if you live
If you're in
in
Africa.
Africa, or Europe.
Okay. And if you have a porch.
And if you have a porch.
So that's what you got there. So then also, what do you have over there, Bonnie? What's that?
This is a fennec fox.
Okay.
And
He's got
he is
big ears.
giving us his best resting fox face.
RFF.
We actually have one of those at Safari West.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so there must be an African animal then?
This is from North Africa, the Sahara Desert,
Okay.
and they're called a fennec fox. The cool thing is that Sahara means desert and fennec means fox.
Oh.
So if I tell you it's a fennec fox from the Sahara Desert, it's a fox from the desert.
I love how language works.
Right? Funny how
Like
that.
someone from another culture points to something and goes, "What is that?" And they say desert. They think that's the name.
Yeah.
They're just saying desert, right?
Yeah.
Because someone told me that Thames was the early word for the word river in London. So when the Romans showed up, I said, "What is that?" It's a Thames. It's a river. And that became the Thames River. So it's a river. So
River.
I love that. So fennec fox, the fox.
His name is Michael J.
Oh my gosh. Right. So does every one of them have a bad pun? Is that the rules?
Yes.
This is Pocahontas.
Pocahontas. They've all got awful puns. I love this. What is this, like dad joke day?
I am the queen of bad
Yeah,
puns.
okay. That's fantastic.
Our other one's name is Jamie.
Okay. Jamie the Why?
It took you a
Why?
minute.
We don't have like Fantastic Mister or something, but yeah, I love that. Okay. Or Guy.
We have a
Guy Fawkes.
porcupine named Pierce.
We talked about him earlier.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. So wait. Really?
there's-
How many animals do you have? Because you didn't
More
actually...
than two.
Oh my goodness.
So including bugs and spiders and snakes and
Right.
lizards and all the
All
things.
of the
Probably
above.
about 160.
That's remarkable. Okay. And you bring these guys to classrooms, I'm assuming, out to things like that.
we
and
were at
kind
a
of people
school,
that-
Sunshine School today.
Oh, great. Okay. How do kids react versus how do adults react to animals?
You know, it depends on the animals.
Okay.
So
love them.
sometimes,
Yeah.
you were asking earlier about the sloth. She will be out with the sloth doing an event, and people will walk up and want to just
They
hug her.
walk up with their arms out like they're going
To hug the sloth or
me
hug you?
and the sloth.
Oh, like a big
and
group
the
hug.
sloth is going to be in the middle.
Oh, a sloth sandwich. A hug sandwich. Okay.
The most painful
Sloth
sandwich
sandwich.
you've
Yes.
ever been bitten by.
But, you know, a sloth probably doesn't appreciate that.
No.
People,
All I'm
consent
thinking
is
is one
important.
of us is getting bitten.
Yeah. Oh, my, and it's facing towards you, so
Yes.
watch out.
And sloths don't, you know, everybody wants to pet them.
Right.
Sloths are not big fans of the petting. So they like holding on to us,
Okay.
but, you know, they don't want us to be stroking them.
Okay.
They just rather it's like, look, but don't touch. If
Okay.
they had a cape, it would say, look, but don't
It's
touch.
very low key.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should get him a cape.
We should.
Can we put a cape on?
I would love to see a sloth
hate
with
that.
a cape.
You would
That
hate
would
it.
be-
No, we're
maybe
not.
it's some
No
sort of way you
capes.
project it on it from afar. Yeah,
Like
you
a
can't just,
virtual
a
cape.
virtual
Virtual
cape.
cape. I don't know. I'm like
People
this
can put
idea.
on the virtual goggles.
A little cape.
Well, I can
Maybe
tell you,
little kid.
Yeah.
when the children see the animals at Safari West, they go crazy, especially
Right.
when they get a glimpse of the giraffe.
Mm.
Because if you haven't been to Safari West before, when you enter, it's kind of Jurassic Park-ish, sort of,
No, it is.
right?
You have
So
the
you
entrance.
walk in, and it's very unique, and you feel it has a really good vibe, right?
Right.
So you kind of feel like, oh, this is like a really cool, interesting new place, but you don't really see the animals when you first walk.
Correct.
Right? So you have to start walking in. It starts growing on you, and off to the right is the lemur island.
That is
And
fun. The lemurs
that
are
is
fun.
super cool
Yeah.
to see the lemurs hanging out in their areas and just having fun and
Right.
having lunch in the sun. And then you walk a little bit further in, and then you get a glimpse of something pink, and then you
Right.
realize it's flamingos. And then at a distance, a little bit of a distance, you start seeing these beautiful, graceful giraffes, and then it's like the jaw drops, right? 'Cause it's like they're
Right.
right there.
And when
It's
kids see
amazing.
them, when kids
They
see
love
them
it.
in a magazine,
Yes.
the giraffes maybe are 10 inches tall
Right.
in a magazine. And when you see them in real life, they are
18 feet.
magnificent.
I
Yes.
love like when you do the tour and the giraffe comes down and this purple tongue comes out because you can give it a leaf and like this is the coolest thing ever.
They have amazing tongues.
It's amazing and you can't
it
even
is
describe
amazing.
it. Like you have to go see it and that's what I love.
Or the fun part is when you're in the barn with them, they decide that they want to drool on you.
Oh gosh.
Because it isn't just a little drool, it's
a
a big, long drool.
And it's like
that goes plop
green,
at the end.
green and slimy.
And if it lands on your head, it's awesome.
Is that good luck? Oh, it's good luck.
We're slicker.
Yes, it is
yeah,
slicker.
it's fun, I mean, and
Yeah.
it's that type of being close, because you cannot get that close to a giraffe in a zoo. You're still
Right.
at a distance.
Right.
And being, the private preserve.
Right.
And being able to trek through the animals on the vehicle is quite amazing, especially on the upper deck part.
Right,
Because
it's
you're
really
right
fun.
there, and they are there, and the
know, it's
ostrich
really
come up and whoops.
And that's the sloth trying to get out of the
Yeah, just trying to escape. He's like, I had so much fun. I want to come out again.
It was an empty carrier that just the
Oh,
sloth
okay.
knocked
Slipped over.
over.
I'm like he's getting out.
He's always touching everything.
Yeah, and while you guys are talking, and I don't think the camera's picking it up, but you're kind of in the back. He's like, his claws are coming out. He's like, trying to grab stuff, and he's like, come
It's like
here.
pulling him in.
Exactly. So you better check your car keys and whatever else that guy's gonna grab.
Oh,
over
we
there.
have lost the car keys and found them in the.
the sloth
along with
enclosure.
everything else.
Oh my
If he can
gosh.
reach it, he pulls
Right
it in
now,
there.
he's trying to get to his emotional support stuffy.
Oh, how nice, guys! This has been incredible learning all this. We're gonna transition here soon to ask you some questions that you're gonna help us. I don't know if Paula told you, but you're gonna help us answer questions that we get from visitors. Oh. So yeah, but before we move to that, if people want more information about, let's start with Classroom Safari. Do you guys have a website?
We do. It's what's our website? Classroom Safari.
.org?
Should I look
I
it
don't
up?
know.
I'm gonna try to look it up.
I think it's
.com,
classroomsafari.com.
So if they Google Classroom Safari Sonoma County,
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
find you.
They'll
There's
find
not
us.
another competitive Classroom Safari.
There's one in
that-
Canada.
There is?
Very nice woman and her son.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say you're going down there, Canuck, but no, we're good with the Canadians. We're cool with them.
Yeah.
Okay. You sure? All right.
Yeah.
Last check. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like I just Googled Classroom Safari. It looks like you're classroomsafari.com.
Okay,
So you
good.
can check it out and
I'll remember that for 10 minutes.
.com.
look. Oh, there's a sloth in here. There's a sloth. There's a lemur. There's a reptile. There's all sorts of stuff here. Oh, there's a big. Look at that, a big old boa or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cute. The little kid's got a boa constrictor. Oh, I know what's
I
going
think the
on.
cat was just below that.
Oh, the
Yeah.
serval. That is a massive cat. What's it called? A serval cat?
Serval cat. And the python is Python Ron, and he's a python, not a boa. Most people are just going to be running away. They won't care.
How that cat looks like he's like 5 feet tall.
If
Or
he's,
long.
if he's standing on his hind legs,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's also a little bit of the person who took the picture
that's like forced perspective there, but that is a very large
cat. And the
cat.
servals are from also.
They're from Africa.
They are, okay.
Second fastest cat in the world.
Oh, wow.
Like the dollar store cheetah. Okay, $1.25.
Because they have cheetahs at Safari West.
Yes, they have the real ones there.
And the actual cheetahs.
They have serval too.
Oh, really? God, those are huge. All right, so classroomsafari.com if people want more information about that. And, obviously they can go through Safari West Foundation at different events, but also if they want a school appearance or something
or birthday
like that.
Party. We do birthday parties. The
Bar
oldest one I
mitzvahs,
did.
weddings.
You betcha.
Maybe not appropriate at a funeral, but you never know. Maybe the wake they really want to liven it up a little bit, and why not? Maybe the person loved the animals.
Maybe.
Right?
I brought a serval to a celebration of life because it was his favorite animal.
You know
of
what?
mine.
It's highly appropriate. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we can do those as well. So that's through classroomsafari.com. Paula, at the foundation, can you remind me how people can find the Safari West Foundation?
Yes, SafariWestFoundation.org.
Da, 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 da,
Yeah,
da.
or SafariWest.com, and then there's a link there
They
too.
can
as
click
well.
there. And if people do stay at Safari West
Yes.
and they're taking the tour,
Yes.
isn't your office also at Safari West?
It is.
So they might actually catch a glimpse of you
It
drinking
is.
coffee, thinking of big ideas for the foundation.
On my laptop.
Yeah, exactly. I guess mine is.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
this was fantastic, guys. You guys. I feel I know a lot more about animals. I've learned about sloths and that they give birth very quickly on a bungee cord, and they mew or they scream depending on their male or femaleness. And I love that learning about this little fox right here and how cute he is.
So what
Michael
kind
J.
of questions do you have lined up?
Are you ready?
Okay, well,
All right, you guys-
I
do
may
they
know
know?
the answer, I may not. I
They
don't
might know too. You're going to know it.
You might throw a quick one.
I'm going to tell this real quickly, guys, just so you
Okay.
know. Paula used to work and I together, and Paula's worked in hospitality and tourism for a very long time. She actually built the Fairmont.
No, I did not.
She worked at the Sonoma Mission in years and years and years ago, right?
That's true.
2
Yes.
years ago, maybe. All right, you guys want to? You either put those away now, or are you comfortable holding them? Because it's going to take about 10 more minutes.
Yeah,
you
that's
ready?
fine.
You're good. Okay, like he's just going to crawl right up your sleeve. Not a big deal.
She's constantly moving.
Okay. So
the time.
here's how this works. We have 2 visitor centers. People call us, they text us, and they ask us questions. You're going to answer them in a segment we call We Get Questions. Ba-da-ba-da. Okay.
Well, this is going to be good. I can tell.
Good. You got this. So here's a question we got on the Sonoma Wine Imbibers Facebook page. Shout out to them. I'm seeking out a hidden gem winery. Can you recommend another winery that has amazing wines? No Pinot Noir. I love big reds, but my friend enjoys whites. I've done hundreds of Sonoma wineries already. Hundreds. I'm looking for someplace new for next year's trip. Thanks in advance. Paula's face. So no Pinots, big reds.
So I'm thinking, does it have to be in Sonoma Valley, or can
No, it
it
can
be
be
somewhere
anywhere.
else?
It can be anywhere.
Elsewhere?
Yeah. Oh, did I scare the fox? Sorry.
No, I'm just going to set him. I think he's done.
He's
Yeah.
done.
He's like it's like a
finished.
3-year-old and they're done. They're done.
Absolutely.
They're good.
Yep.
Away he goes.
Any ideas on wineries?
I have not been to any of the wineries around here.
Don't.
I know.
Oh no.
I would love to go.
You should
I would
go.
absolutely love to go to wineries.
Like a big.
But I haven't.
Not me.
You're not a wine drinker. Okay, you don't need to, so that's okay.
I love wine.
Yeah.
I just haven't been to any of the
Okay.
ones around
And
here.
newer, you know, that's kind of funny.
It doesn't have to be
because
new. It could be new to anybody.
Aha.
If you've never been there, it's new
There's
to
so
you.
many,
So
right?
what's a
That's
big
true.
red wine? Like what's
usually, well, I don't know, right? It's all
Okay.
about perception.
Right.
And your personal taste.
Right.
So I usually ask more questions.
Okay, you kinda go on.
But given if it was an email or
Right.
if you're corresponding through email, typically what I would do is I used to ask where they're staying,
Right, to
and
kind of
or the
parse it down
route,
there.
right,
Right.
to try to figure out exactly where
Right.
they're going to be, because Sonoma County is so
It's very large.
large.
It
It
is
just
large.
kind of depends. I don't want to
Right. All right, I'm going to
take
throw
them
one
off
out
base,
there. I'm gonna
but
go.
there's so Hawk,
Oh, good.
Alexander
Hawk.
Valley,
Very good. Yeah.
Right?
I used to have a tasting room here.
Big
yeah.
Cabernets.
Big Cabs. And Alexander Valley is known for big reds. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Yep.
That's a good call, Paula.
Yeah.
Okay, Hawk. Meadowcroft down here, they have big Cabernet there too as well.
Yep.
Almost anything out of Moon Mountain, which is on Sonoma Valley
Yep.
up there. So Repris wines will have a cab and a big red and stuff like that. Most of the Pinot Noirs are in the cooler regions, right? But these are
something to try a little bit different. Maybe an Italian varietal from VJB.
Oh yeah,
possibly.
I love VJB. You guys need to bring your Sloth to VJB because listen, they have this big courtyard, and on Sundays they play accordion, and they have gelato. And
gelato.
He
fun.
loves gelato.
They have pizza.
And they
Yeah.
have pizza. Wait, your Sloth's Italian now.
Italian sloth. The rare Italian
All right, so that was
sloth.
good. You answered it correctly. That's it. You
So I like Welch's.
and that's a very good grape juice as well.
Yeah.
Fine vintage.
Fine.
A lot of terroir on there. Thank you very much. I do like Welch's as well. Well done. Well, actually, and I want to bring that up. If people who don't drink alcohol, wine grape juice, and it's not fermented, is really good, right? And if you ever get a chance to come around Harvest, sometimes like at Loxton and other wineries, they'll let you taste from what's called the press. And it's a very sweet, it's a lot like a grape juice. I mean, not like, it literally is a grape juice, but it's a wine grape juice that hasn't been processed. And it is so delicious.
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
I lived on a place on the Russian River in Healdsburg, and I would run out and grab grapes
Right.
and make jelly and jam.
You can absolutely do that. Absolutely.
It was fabulous.
So wait, you were a river person up there? How long
No.
ago was it?
No,
I'm on to you. You were living in a commune off Fitch Mountain? I know you, lady. I got your number.
No.
My
It was
friend
my
lives on Fitch
sister's
Mountain.
Okay. Okay, here's another question we got. This was when they walked in and they said, "We've been to other missions in California. Would you recommend we visit Sonoma's mission and why?"
Yes, because.
Good answer. I mean, if you saw the other ones, you might as well see ours.
And because it's right across the street.
It's right across the street. I know, it is kind of, like, where's the mission? Well, it's right there.
Right there.
So if you guys did you guys go to fourth grade in California? You built the missions, or you had to study a mission or visit a mission?
I built a mission.
What'd you build it out of? Do you remember?
Macaroni.
Yeah, macaroni,
I was going to say sugar cubes
Sugar
were pretty
cubes,
common.
Popsicle sticks.
popsicle sticks. You learn to build a mission, right?
Yeah.
So we do have a great mission. I would recommend visiting Sonoma's. It's not the huge grandeur that like Santa Barbara has. You know, that's a beautiful, beautiful mission.
It's grandeur on a smaller scale.
Thank you. Well, you are hired, lady. Good job. So we are the last mission built in California. There were 21 of them. Also the only mission built during Mexican independence. So Mexico declared independence from Spain, and so they built our mission. So that is nice. Paul, you grew up in San Francisco, right? So you have a mission down there, Mission Dolores, which is also quite nice.
Yep.
The story
My
goes...
parents were married there, actually.
Oh, were they really? Okay. I think there's a plaque there that says that. Yeah. Paula's parents were hitched here. So yeah, I would recommend going to the mission. It's a good one. All right, here's another one. I last visited Sonoma 30 years ago and tastings were free. Is that still the case? If not, what are some options? So Paula, you've been in tourism for 1 or 2 years prior to this. Has there been any changes in those 30 years?
Oh, absolutely.
So are tastings
a
still
changes.
free that you know of?
Well,
And I can give you
with purchase, right?
Okay, you're right. So obviously, so back in the day, it was much more informal affair, but you would pull up and they would pour for you and stuff like that. But at the time, some people started treating it like a bar,
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with them, but bachelorette parties and bachelor parties would roll in, and they weren't really interested in buying wine.
No, I mean it's much more of an experience now with
Right.
food and wine and taking in the atmosphere and looking at the beautiful view. And there's a lot of chefs at wineries now, right?
Exactly,
Where
like
we
St.
didn't-
Francis.
We didn't really have too many of those before. I think
Right.
it was maybe a few
Right.
wineries had chefs, but now
It's much more
quite
common.
a few, and you
Yeah.
can sit down and have a food and wine pairing and
Right, right.
really get an opportunity to experience the wine with food, which completely changes the palate.
Completely changes the experience. So I would say that it's not still the case that there's a lot of free tastings. There are plenty of, quite some are $20. And that goes a long way because it's more of an experience, and they'll often give you little nibbles to go with it. There's also 2-for-1 passes that you can get. Also, we do have at the Sonoma Visitors Bureau, we have the Plaza Tasting Pass. It's $69. That gets you into 3 different wineries already, and so you're basically saving 25%.
Right.
So that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Oh, what is making that sound?
Somebody's got her panties in a bunch.
What is that sound? Is
That's
that
her.
I'll
She's
hold it up
hissing?
here.
Is she gonna yell at me or something? That's a hedgehog. Does she want to answer a question? What is she doing?
She's snarfling.
Snarfling. That's a new one.
She is forcing air through her nose.
Right.
She doesn't have a cold, so don't worry.
No, but she's not going to shoot spikes in her eyes or something, is she?
She can pull her eyebrows down over.
Oh my
her
God, she looks like
face.
Roy Bridges. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, and she's snarfling because she's mad?
It's probably the barometric pressure changed in the Philippines.
Okay.
And she's
The butterfly, yeah. Right, okay. Well, we've got one more question, and then we'll see if she'll get through it. Are you ready?
Okay.
You guys know the answer to this one. It came in today. We are interested in thrifting and resale shops.
Oh.
Can you do that in Sonoma Valley?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think we're all three thrifters here.
Are you guys thrifters?
Let me tell you.
Yeah? So we're...
I got to do a shout out
Go.
for my own personal business, SonomaRepurpose.com. Thank you.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
That's our home business that we have.
That's the Sonoma
That's-
Repurpose. I know
yeah.
you're doing crafts and stuff like that, but Sonoma Repurpose.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So people, she's
My husband
actually
makes
really
wine
crafty.
bottle lights and the whole thing.
She's
Yeah.
very crafty.
She's very crafty. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Paula doesn't.
I am as well.
But, thrift stores.
She makes
absolutely.
jewelry. You probably do too.
Which
So
crafty?
Oh, it depends on if it's October, maybe.
yeah, come back in October. You'll find out. So I was going to say there are thrifting and resale shops all around. A lot of antique shops. You said you live in
Absolutely.
Petaluma.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a whole row there, and especially when you go out towards between Sebastopol and Petaluma, there's a whole other row out there.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
I didn't even know this. People came in. I was prepared to answer. There's a thing called the Sonoma Valley Resale Trail that we have a map of all the different little resale shops around Sonoma Valley. So we have like one called
Can I
Church
have
Mouse.
one of those?
Yeah, I'll have to pick one up too, by the way.
Welcome to the
Oh, yay.
Welcome to the Visitors Bureau. That's what we
Okay.
do. Yeah, and the Church Mouse, I dropped some stuff off earlier to one of them. So yeah, there's plenty of thrifting opportunities here. And thrift could be anything like a lot of teenagers go thrifting for clothes up to like cool furniture and you repurpose it or
Right.
something like that. And so a big thing.
I bought a bag just recently, a little Ziploc bag with some beadwork in it, and I did my Google Lens thing.
Right.
It was an Iroquois Indian, like a
Pattern.
pattern thing shaped like an arrowhead, but all these fantabulous crystal beads on it.
Right.
And it was like from the 1850s.
Oh wow, that's a long time find.
$5.
Holy moly. Okay. So there's a lot of
Wow.
stuff out there. So the answer is yes, you can do that in Sonoma Valley, and you might find something from 100 years ago or further, because I'm trying to do my math. But
Wow.
yeah, definitely 100
So can I say one thing? I remembered
course.
something people ask about Pocahontas, and it looks like one of her eyes is bigger.
I was going to
than
ask, but I didn't want to bring that
You
up, so it's
didn't
kind of
wanna-
rude.
Yeah,
to
no,
mention.
it's fine. She doesn't care.
Okay.
And I'm good at explaining things.
Right.
So what happens is she has two little black eyes exactly the same size. She has a little black circle, like a spot around this eye, which makes it look bigger. And all the kids go, "Oh, does she have like one eye that's
Yeah.
bigger?"
Oh.
And
No
she
one
doesn't.
punched her.
It's not
Nobody-
Spuds McKenzie.
No,
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 it's
just
just natural or?
Yeah, it's natural.
That's
Or if
eyeliner.
she was a teenage girl, it would be like putting eyeliner on poorly on one side and then getting caught by mom and not doing the other side.
Right.
Doing the YouTube video tutorials.
Or using the felt pen.
Right.
You do that.
Right.
That way your makeup will last a little bit longer.
It will
with
last
the
a
Sharpie.
little
Okay,
longer.
good. I was wondering. I didn't want to bring that up and be rude to your.
Oh
to
no,
your-
she's fine. She doesn't
okay, to your
care.
hedgehog there. But
She doesn't even know she has that.
she's got it there.
She's a rebel without a clue.
Oh gosh. Well, guys, this has been wonderful. You guys are one, easy to interview. Two, you knew a lot of the answers, and three, I was surprised at how much you guys are actual thrifters now. So now I know that there's a
Thank
secret
you so
thing.
much, Tim, for the
Yeah.
opportunity. We really,
course.
really appreciate it.
Before we go, I just want to hear which websites we should go to. So let's start with Classroom Safari. Your website again, I believe, was
Classroomsafari.com.
love it. That's the place to go. Paula, what's this?
SafariWest.com and SafariWestWildlifeFoundation.org.
Okay, and folks, listeners, after you've gone to those two websites or three websites and you've booked a time to go and, of course, get some Classroom Safari and you've gone to Safari West and, do you have a final thing to say?
I have a final. Can
Go.
I go potty? No.
No.
No. The thing that I wanted to say is,
Yes.
do you know what the most dangerous animal worldwide, other than humans, the creature that kills more people than Anything else
No.
bigger than a virus?
It's probably a bug, right?
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. Yeah.
Like
of course.
lions are like fifth.
Right. That makes
Cape
sense.
buffalo,
because,
I think, are second. Cape buffalo or hippo.
so something that passes, of course, because of disease.
The
vector.
vegetarians
Right.
and the
They're
little
everywhere.
bloodsuckers.
They're kind of
Mosquitoes
spending.
are everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Hold on, we can't end on that note. So hold on.
Okay, what's the cutest animal in the
Okay.
I have
world?
something. Here we
Okay,
go.
hold on.
Okay, I have something.
Okay,
Here we go.
hold on. I know.
This is my poster.
Yes.
For the foundation, but the really cool thing about it is
Yep.
I forgot to mention this. Camden Richards is a graphic artist here in Sonoma, and we did a call for art through the EDB, Sonoma,
Okay.
Sonoma County's EDB program, and she submitted this, and we selected it. So
Oh, it's
isn't that
It's a
cool?
beautiful art.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And that's for your
The board
game
of directors voted. We had 12 board of directors, and they voted. So it's really cool, and it represents all the animals at
I love
Safari
that.
West.
Yeah, it's got like a lion and a giraffe.
No lion.
or,
A rhino,
a rhino
and a hyena, and a fox,
and a hyena, and a
giraffe, a
bird.
cheetah. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
hyenas
Tortoise.
and-
tortoise, so and a
Yeah.
lemur. Okay,
It's pretty cool. So
And
That's-
the moon shows up there quite often.
yeah,
It
Because you're
and
in the
stars.
valley.
Stars.
Yeah, but this is
Often
it. So
stars
look
out
for
there.
these flyers around
perfect
town
for
too.
the fundraiser. And with that, which is ending on a high note and is not talking about bugs.
Don't say it.
I want to thank everybody for listening. Mom and Dad, thanks for listening. Remember to review this podcast. Remember to go to our friends at Classroom Safari and at the Safari West Wildlife Foundation and support them. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.